Today we're going to be going on a bit of a road trip, heading west, just to check a few places out. I thought I'd stop down at this creek just to have a bit of a look. I've been here before. We're going to go out to a couple of creeks that I haven't been to at all, and a couple that I've been to a long time ago. I thought I'd just drop in at this creek that I was at a few weeks ago, that I said I was going to bring the kayak to, just to see what it looks like, and actually looks bloody probably better than what it did a couple of weeks ago. I think they must have got a fair bit of rain and they've moved the cattle, which means the grass is bloody thick. Check this out. When I was here, it probably was more than a couple of weeks. It was probably like a month ago. This grass was basically chewed down to the ground. Now it's well up over the knee height and it's thick as. And the best spots up around along this bank over here. I had a bit of a tromp up through there, but I'm not going to take Eileen up there because it's way too snaky. I threw the rod out here just to see whether they're biting, and I think next weekend I'm going to have to bring the kayak back here because I haven't seen this particular creek look so good for a few years. And she said the rod's moving. I'd literally only just put it in there. Oh yeah, we'll have a look. They must have got more rain out here than what we've got in town because the ground's actually pretty soft and muddy, black soil. There's definitely something on here. I didn't bring my net down, but we'll just have a look at him. Oh, kidding me. A big one straight up. I don't know whether we should grab a drop net each. Just give it 15 minutes, just along this bank. That far bank around the corner there is the best spot in the creek, but... Oh,
there's two.
There was two on that line straight up. I think that's a sign. We'll grab a drop net each, hey?
Yeah.
Bait it up and just give it 15 minutes, see how we go.
Yeah.
I've rigged up a drop net each. The boss has got one of the new ones. I've got the old banger. This rod is going off again, and guess what? I didn't bring me bloody net again, but we will have a look if it's a monster. Oh,
is it?
You're kidding. There's a lot of weight on that. We'll get that boss to get that out, and I'll just have a look. It seems like a lot of weight on that.
Grab your net.
And it's a. It might have been a few on there because of not,
it's a massive one. Grab the net.
I don't know whether that's a big one or a whole heap. I'll run and grab the net.
Okay.
That was a bit of exercise. I thought I'd run up and just drop that drop net in first, then run back and get the net. Oh, and I'm going to sink up to my knees. It's definitely not going to be easy to scoop.
Tangled in.
Oh, he's let go.
Where's my mate?
Now this rod hasn't been in there for 5 minutes at the most. Look at that, absolutely destroyed already. It's been 14 minutes. We're going to have a check of these traps, and I think no matter how they go, we're going to have to keep moving because the grass here is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, what do you got? Two nice ones, straight up. And she's got two there that I think we're going to keep for insurance purposes. They're definitely not monsters, but we'll keep them for a start. Like I said, we're going to keep moving because check this out down here. This is the banks we're dealing with. It's either mud, get just enough water in there to keep them happy. It's either mud that you sink up to your knees in and sticky black mud too, or thick grass. Just follow me very closely, Eileen, because the grass is as thick as anything and I'll make plenty of noise. Risking it a little bit coming up here, but I know this is the best spot. And up on top of the hill here, it actually isn't too bad. But it's only this little area. It's thick again over near the edge, so the amount of snakes that I've nearly trod on and nearly grabbed, it's not worth risking it. I'll bring the kayak back in a couple of weeks. Or a week. See how I go. Oh.
What you got?
Another 2.
Little thing.
Which isn't the best, but it's a start. I think if we stayed here, we'd probably do pretty good. But we're not gonna. We're gonna keep moving, try some new spots. What do you reckon? You got a fish?
Yeah, it's probably a fish, but it's just finished pulling the meat.
Oh, was it? There are fish in here. There's, I know there's good spangled perch. There'd almost guaranteed be carp. And I know there's been the good yellow belly caught out of these particular creeks. There's a whole series of these creeks in this area. And there are yellow belly in them all. And you get onto the right spot, you get onto some monster yabbies as well. Obviously this is the second spot. We're not going to be able to get where I wanted to go. I'll just give you a bit of a look. Where I wanted to go is up there, sort of on that bend. I know it's a bit deeper and less people go up there. This area here is shallow. It's probably a couple of foot deep out there at the most. Go up around the bend and it gets really deep. But same deal. That doesn't look real thick. But check this out. Check this out. See if I can get it on camera. It's a lot thicker than what it looks. It doesn't look too bad when you just look at it. You walk out here, it's sort of up to your waist height. And you can normally drive up around there, but I'm not going to today because it's way too overgrown. And I know for a fact there's some really bad washouts that you'll get the car stuck in real quick. So again, we're gonna have to come back with the kayak. And I don't know whether this little end, this particular end of the little water hole is gonna do any good, because check this out. Right there behind the ute is a main road. See the signs just here with the bend. And it's an easy, oh, she's got one. Grab him because we'll use him for bait. Oh, you beauty. Well, they are here. Check this out.
Not letting go.
They're definitely here and they're definitely hungry. Let go, little fella. That is a perfect yellow belly bait. And he's going in the bucket because this next spot, we have actually got yellow belly there as well. It's not going to be worth throwing him on in this shallow part of this area because it's only going to be carp in there. I was just mucking around in the ute and she's yelled out, "Get the net! I can see a big claw." Hopefully it's something a little bit better than that last one. Yeah, these banks here are not going to be the easiest either. There's probably a good 3 foot drop. Check that out. I don't know how well that's going to make out on camera. Big muscle.
You ready?
Oh, he looks like he's got a bit of weight to him. Oh, that's shallow as there. I'll go behind him. Got him. I was going to say that's got a lot of weight to it, but I've got a whole heap of mud. That is shallow.
Is it big?
Not really.
Bigger than the other one. Oh yeah.
Getting bigger, but definitely not classified as a monster. When I pulled the scoop up, I thought, geez, Christ, that's got a lot of weight to it. And I think I've got about 3 kilos of mud in the net. The water there's about 2 inches deep. And she's getting another bite straight away. Fish?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think the spangled perch are giving her a bit of a pizzling here.
No, that's a yabbie. The tiny one.
Yabbie?
Yeah, a tiny one, a bait.
Yeah, well, I'll net him. We'll get a couple of baits. We'll try and wash this bloody net out. I don't know what I've got in there. It's just mud.
You sure?
Oh, well, it's scooped up a big bloody river mussel by the feel of it. Got him.
No, you didn't.
You reckon?
Oh, yeah.
I did. Ah. Yeah, the line's going off. I haven't got a rest. She said there's heaps of little fruits down here. They're actually a paddy melon and poisonous. We've got a little truck going through. That's only a baby for this area.
Ready?
Not really. Probably one of the hardest banks I've had to scoop off for a while.
You got all the muds and stuff.
I've got all the mud,
You
not the
probably
yabby.
didn't get the yabby.
Did I get him? Yeah, he's in there. That bank is nearly impossible to scoop off, but she's getting... I've just managed to wrap that up into a bloody knot. There we go.
Oh.
There he is. Old mud lobster. Nothing of any size. Yeah, the truckie pulled up and come down to see us. It's actually one of my good cousin's wife's brother. Small world. But anyway, I think Brody will be watching this. Got some footage of his truck for him. And stop dribbling because the boss wants to get this net in. We've actually run overtime. We were just about to pull him when he come down. And
Bait.
what do you got?
There was 2 baits that jumped out.
Was there? And you got another 2.
Yeah,
oh,
another
3.
3. Yeah, baits.
That's not too bad. Cross your fingers. Like I said, this is the really shallow part. It's probably a foot deep at the most in the middle. So I'm not really, not really hoping for too much, but what have we got there? 5 yabbies. Only one of any decent size. 1 mediocre and 3 baits. We'll keep moving. We finally found spot number 3. Took a little bit of searching. Took a wrong turn, a couple of tracks that we shouldn't have taken, but I think it's going to be worth it. This is a nice looking spot and it's not thick. Check this out. I don't know whether it's going to be the best thing, but we do have a well-worn track coming in here. I don't know whether the council must come in here sucking water out of here, I guess. And the water looks very yabby-y. It's not clear at all. It's really murky looking. I don't want to get too excited until we get a line in. I'm going to rig 2 pyramid traps up. One, I've got a big lamb bone zippy tied in. The other, what I've got, and I don't know how well it's going to work, is some fairly oily salami. It's been in the fridge for just a little bit too long for us to eat. This would probably be the ideal spot for a drop net. I've also got the drop nets in. I've got one just out here and one down this side. We'll give them 15 minutes and then we'll decide if they're loaded with big yabbies, and we'll go and check the pyramid traps. If they're not, we'll just leave them pyramid traps set for as long as we can resist the urge to go and check them. We're going in for the impatient check. I think the boss said it's been 7 minutes. Well, it's been 7 minutes since I put the pyramid traps in, so these have probably been over 10. I'll put these in first. And absolutely 0. But it's early days. Oh, yes. I think there was one flicked out of that then. Oh, 2 nice ones. What I'm going to do, there's a smallish one in here. Throw him way over there. And I was going to say I was going to keep this one because he's a beautiful clean yabby, but he's a bit soft. And he's got some marks on his tail. Getting a little bit picky, but there was definitely a big one flipped out when I lift that net up then. So we'll let him go, throw him way over the other side. What we've decided to do, since we're all the way out here, we got a couple in the drop net, so we know there's some in here. We're just going to leave them pyramid traps I know there's another dam. It's a fair bit further out. It'll probably take us half hour. We might as well go and check it out, see if we can get into it. It's probably been a good hour and a half. We went to try and find that other dam, but it's way too overgrown. It's a fair way in off the road, and the track is just non-existent, and the vegetation is probably up to the bonnet, and I wasn't driving through it in this weather. It's just not worth it. Long story short, it's been a good hour and a half. Let's just have a look where these traps are first, because it's the absolute ideal looking spot that I think. I only got filmed from up on the bank there. I just got Eileen to film me. I didn't actually show it, but it's such a perfect looking spot. I thought I'd better give you a look. Got this little narrow neck, and it's reasonably deep because the trap's down there and you can't see it. Oh, there's some bubbles coming out of there actually. I'll get that in. And the other one I've thrown as far as I can over on this steep overgrown bank. And we know there's yabbies in here because we got a few in the drop net, so let's have a look. There we go. Oh yes, you beauty. And some nice ones. Look at these nice clean yabbies. See if I can get a good one out without them grabbing hold of something. Check that out. Nice. And how many have we got in there? At least 10. At least 10 nice big fellas. There's one little one there. We'll put him straight back. We don't want that, but this next trap does half as well as that. I'm gonna be happy. He's too good not to have a look at.
One nipper.
This one does half as well. We're gonna be cheering, we'll at least have a feed. There may be a spot or two on the way back that we can check. Oh yes, yes, you beauty. There's probably, how many we've got here? 4, 5, 6, 7,
10, 12, 14, 16.
About 16. But there's a couple of little fellas that are going to go back. That one there. I think we've got enough big ones. We can throw these mediocres back straight up. And I think if they're male or female, I'm going to have to keep them today because they're too nice not to. Check them out. All beautiful, nice, clean yabbies. Look at the colour on him. Bring him around this way a little bit in the sun. Look at that. Almost purple. That's a nice one. I think it's pretty safe to say the old yabbies don't mind the salami. We got about equal amounts out of the traps. Salami in one, lamb bone in the other. So if you got a bit of old salami, throw her in the trap. We're going to have one more go. We've just made our way into this dam. It probably was too thick to drive through, but we pushed through and the dam itself looks bloody good. It's full as it's going to get, and there's decent sized fish in here. I don't know what they are. They're not acting like carp. I'll see if I can get it on camera. It'll stop now, you watch. I'm gonna have to come back here with some worms. There's a fish going along this edge. There it goes, right there. It's going along the edge, taking something off the top of the water. But it's not acting like a carp. It's not just sucking on the water. It's actually hitting the top of the water, sort of half coming out, feeding on something. Ooh, big one here too. There he goes. Let's see if I can sneak up on it. I might even get one of those little bait yabbies, put on that rod. I might, I've got some string there. We'll put some meat on a string. I'll get a little yabby on a rod and I'll throw out there just for another one out here. There it goes. I would have got that for sure. It's really starting to get too hot now to be sitting out here chasing little fish around. I've had the rod out there for headless yabbie on it and have got a couple of nice hits. We're not going to muck around today. It's too bloody hot. We've got enough yabbies for a feed. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to remember this dam and we're going to come back here. I'm going to bring some worms and we'll set the pyramid traps. In saying that, we've had a yabbie line out and haven't got a yabbie. Like I said, we've been here probably 15-20 minutes. So not real confident with the yabbies, but the fish action here is unbelievable. It's obviously loaded with something, and we're going to find out another day. I think with such beautiful, clean, big yabbies, it's almost going to be a criminal offence not to do them in the shell. Haven't had them this way for ages. Always loved doing it. All I've basically done was taken the tail off raw, sliced it in half long ways, and straight on the hot grill. Little bit of seasoning. I don't know how well it's going to show on camera, but when they twitch like that, that's how you know they're fresh. They won't do that if you buy them out of the shop. That's got to be the best sign. You've got some nice fresh yabbies. Oh, that's cold. Still bloody hot, I can tell you that, but it's not as bad as what it has been. Give you a quick rundown, you seen what I've done. It was almost, too good not to do this way. It's one of my favourite ways of doing it. Plenty of pepper, a little bit of seasoning. I boiled the claws and put them on ice in the freezer so the claws are actually cold. Which on a hot day, with a cold drink and some nice cold claws, couldn't ask for any better. Oh, full of meat too by the look of that. Oh yes. Nice big chunk of nipper meat each.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm. They are bloody nice when you can get them that big and clean. Absolutely bloody delicious. A little bit of tail meat.
It's peppery.
Very peppery. I think we're going to have to go back to that first creek that we pulled up at. Like I said, I was there a few weeks ago and I actually thought the place would be getting dry, but I was surprised how wet it was all the way through there. Like I said, we haven't got anywhere near that sort of rain near town here. It's actually like getting dry and crispy dry around town, but out west they must have copped a few showers that we obviously missed out on. Anyway, you don't want to sit here and watch us snacking away on all these.
You'll drool.
I can see you drooling all over the screen now. we might call that a video. It was probably, I don't know, it seemed like it's going to be a pretty quick video, but we did get around a bit. That last dam we got to, I think we're definitely going to have to go back to it because it looked bloody good and there was a lot of fish there, which is interesting. There's some big nippers in this lot, and they're full of meat.